We've got Nilesh Gupta, MD at Vijay Sales, now joining in. Thanks so much for taking time out. And I have to say that it's been a bit unexciting, maybe, when it comes to the summer season so far. It's been unseasonal rains. How has Onam panned out for you? And, we're stepping into September already. Got a huge festive season lined up. What are you anticipating by way of demand?
Good morning. Basically, you are absolutely bang on that this time the summer season was not as good because of the erratic rains which came in. But at the end of the day, when we see the first half of the year, Jan to June, we did cover up the AC sale. Yes, there was no growth in air conditioners, but we did not lose out much. Hardly negligible 1 or 2% degrowth which happened. So that clearly shows that the sentiment is good. Although we are not present in the Onam market of Kerala, but whatever feedback I've got from the market, Onam has been reasonably very good. But I think the biggest silver lining for us has been the 15th August. After a gap of around 4 to 5 years, we saw at all the consumer durable stores, including ours at Vijay Sales, huge footfalls. So normally what happens is you do have sales on these big days, but this was the first time after a gap of 4 to 5 years that we saw huge footfalls coming in. And that gives us a lot of hope that this Diwali, this festive season should be one of the bigger ones in what we have seen in the last 4 to 5 years.
You've seen last 4 to 5 years. Did I hear you right, or you actually mean that?
No, you heard me right, and I actually mean that because I was pleasantly surprised. I was in the stores right from the morning, and I think after ages, I've seen people walking in at 11 o'clock and 11:30, and the showrooms are crowded on 15th August. And this is in spite of the fact that it was not that any one of us that we had advertised some extraordinary sales. Yes, the sales were there, the prices were good, but it was not something out of the box that people would have rushed to come in. So I think the sentiment is very positive.
You that I was actually at one of your stores last Saturday after 15th August and I saw the crowd. And that clearly means that right now, even though the big 15th August sales are over, the crowd, I guess, is a clear indication of how demand is moving. Okay, demand is one point. But what about availability? Laptop and tablet, there are new import restrictions which have come out, which clearly means that there would be a demand-supply mismatch right in the middle of the festival season. Is that a realistic concern? And could that just pour cold water on whatever you've just said?
No, I'll tell you, Nikunj, now I think the Indian consumer durable brands and the retailers, everybody has now matured. And you can see the writing on the wall. So even when this was announced, I definitely, as a retailer, I would be a little worried. So I called up all the brands and said, what's going to happen? They said, don't worry, we'll speak and we'll find some solution. Now, again, the same question what you have asked, I've been asking the brand. They said, either we'll ensure that we stock up before the deadline or we are prepared for the production. Either of the two will happen, but we will not let stock come in, paucity of stock come in between your sales. So I think it's not only laptops or mobiles. I think more or less availability is no longer a concern because brands are actually working very hard towards it. And they've realized the India market is there. It will give us full of positive surprises. So I think most of them will stock up.
My next question is, which category do you think will be the driving category? When you say that this will be the best Diwali in last 4 to 5 years, I'm sure you are betting on some categories which will hit a new high in terms of demand and in terms of customer offtake.
So I think it would definitely be led by mobiles to begin with, but and panels, televisions, because there's a lot of, and plus, let's not forget we have a World Cup which is going to be based in India, played out of India. So I think that should give a very big boost to the television also. And most importantly is this year so far, large appliances have not done so well, especially refrigerators and washing machines. And ACs we have already discussed because of the variation because of the intermittent rainfall. So our bet is more on the digital side and panels, but we can expect a sweet surprise in large appliances also. And we are keeping our fingers crossed for that.
morning, and I just wanted to get in a perspective in terms of what exactly the outlook is in the tier 2 and the tier 3 cities, both in your online and offline stores. How has the offtake been if you compare it with, say, the metro cities?
So basically, we are not much in we are not there at tier 3 cities at all. Tier 2, we are there. But then definitely, I do get information from the brands and other colleagues at other retailers. So I think India is more or less moving at a normal pace across. So we see there's a good demand in tier 2 and tier 3 also. Only thing is what starts moving first in the metros. It may be taking around a little more time to trickle down there, and the effect is there. So overall, the consumerism is there, and in tier 2 and tier 3 again, it's the mobiles and the televisions which are doing very well.
So what about credit card schemes? What about buy one laptop, get a phone free kind of deal?
Wow, was there ever a deal
Yeah.
like that?
I mean, buy expensive laptop, you get a small phone, not an Apple Papple.
So
Vijay
that
Sales
I
had
can give you
Vijay
now,
Sales
but
में
we
थी.
get a
I
decent
remember Vijay Sales had these schemes. Buy expensive laptop and you get a small Android phone, right?
Yes. We had it long.
Yes.
But now see, the market has totally opened up. The prices are very open, very transparent. So you cannot play around and devise such schemes anymore.
My next point is, what is your understanding of, and since you mentioned that you get feedback from tier 2 and tier 3 towns, and you've already mentioned that, but I just want to be slightly more repetitive with that. Within the small tier towns, is there uptrading happening in brands, or is there downtrading happening in brands? Because when demand is low, normally downtrading happens. When the demand is strong, uptrading happens.
So basically what is happening is now there is a room for all kind of players and everybody. So that I feel is there's a class of consumers even in the tier 2 and 3 who has aspiration of the brand. And I'll tell you, in the case of mobiles, for example, everybody wants to upgrade. So mobile is one category where upgrade is happening much more than any other category, because I think it's become the go-to device for every one of us. But as far as consumer durable is also concerned, they may have started, they start with the entry opening point products, but at the end of the day, the next purchase which will happen they will upgrade themselves either to a bigger size or to a better brand. So because of the marketing which happens all across and the exposure due to the communication available and everything, so at the end of the day, people want to buy the latest. And this we are seeing across the board, irrespective of the city or the town or tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. The wish list is always to upgrade. And in this, the best part is EMIs helps them a lot.
What is that one thing which we should expect from Vijay Sales because of World Cup? If India wins, what will you do?
So I think there'll be a lot of action on last screen televisions. So this time, I think our plan is to break all records for 65 and above. 55 is no longer a last screen; it's become a normal standard nowadays. So basically, it would be 65 and 75. How many more can we sell? I think that's going to be the basic key factor.
One of the early Diwalis for the television industry because of World Cup this time?
Yes, we do. There's a lot of action which we'll see in the television industry.
What, Nilesh? I was hoping that your buy one or rather buy a laptop, get a phone free offer will come back.
So such offers, as I said, now is not going to be possible because the market has become very, very porous and transparent. In a sense, now the brands and all, they work hand in glove with all of them, and they are trying to where such type of disruptions are not happening. And most important is a lot of money is now. See, earlier in those days, the EMI schemes were not as good as what we have today. Today, you have a 0/24 EMI without any interest being asked from the consumer. So all these cost money to the brand as well as the retailer. So the major money of such offers have gone into the EMI schemes. And hence, you will not see such offers of buy a mobile and get an Android phone free, buy a laptop and get a phone free.
Nilesh, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining in today.
Thank you.